So, hi, Christina. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, very
Thank you
good.
for
Thank
having
you.
me today.
Oh, look, it's a real pleasure. And thank you for making time for us. I know you're very busy
My
running your
pleasure. Thank
empire.
you.
I wonder if you could start with just giving us a brief introduction about you and your company as well.
Yes, of course. Well, my name is Christina Flach. I'm a celebrity makeup artist. I am the creator and founder and CEO of Pretty Girl Makeup. I have a new company and TV show that I'm starting called I'm Too Busy. It's going to be skincare, makeup, and then a TV show to go along with it. I'm a beauty expert on California Live NBC. I'm a philanthropist. I have two educational funds set up, and I am a mother of five.
Well, that's marvelous. And no irony, of course, in that title, I'm too busy.
It's so perfect. It suits my life. When my
Yeah.
partner offered me the name, I just thought, oh my gosh, that so suits me.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get some time for fun outside of that as well.
Oh, definitely. You always have to make time. You have to have balance in your life.
You
So
do
fun
indeed.
is definitely a very important key factor in it.
Yeah. Although what I do find, talking to entrepreneurs like you is that quite often their fun comes from the work that they do.
I was actually just going to say that. I
Ah,
really enjoy my work. And what I enjoy about it is that it's kind of, I can still be an artist. I go on photo shoots and do TV shows. And so I get that creative outlet that's very much in me. I'm an artist. But then I also have my businesses. And so it's, when I'm always working on all of them, but like today I don't have a shoot. So we're doing this and my assistant's going to come over. We're going to work on some magazine articles and different things. So it's always different. The day before yesterday, NBC was here and we were shooting a segment. So it keeps things interesting and I don't get stagnant because every day is a different adventure.
brilliant. Thank you. And I wonder if you could just tell our listeners a little bit more about your business, Pretty Girl Makeup.
Well, I started Pretty Girl Makeup in a long time ago in 1999. And I've been self-funded the whole time, which now is pretty much impossible. My partners and I are looking for funding for the new company because my American Express card can only go so high, especially when you have to compete with the beauty, these influencers and everything. So the beauty world changes all the time. So it's really important to be able to flow with it. Um, what else was your question? I'm so sorry. I'm
No, no, that is that. Yeah, just tell people a little about the business itself as well.
Yes. So I created a my makeup company because I was a mother of five, battling with my lip gloss and my water bottle, and my water bottle would win. So I thought there's got to be a lip gloss that's long lasting, that's not drying, dehydrating, and I couldn't find one. So I thought, and ignorance is bliss. So I thought, oh, I'll just work with a beauty scientist and chemist, and I will come up with my own products. And I had no idea it was going to take so long. It took over a year to formulate the texture, the color, the package, everything. And so once I did that, I wanted it to look good on all of my friends and family that are all different shades of the rainbow. So that's how it started. And I got really lucky. I got an amazing publicist, Yvette Masterson, and we were in a bunch of magazines. And then both my careers kind of help the other. Being a makeup artist helps my makeup company, and you know, vice versa. So, I get a little bit more credibility also when people look at me like, wow, she has a makeup company and she's a makeup artist. So they both complement each other.
Yeah, perfect. And it sounds like it was that one product that then inspired you to go on and launch the company.
Yes. So it went from the lip gloss to a lip plumper, lipsticks, eyeshadows, all things, all the different shades of eyeshadows and blush. And then we had some spa products. So it's changed over the years. But right now I'm really trying to get focused on I'm Too Busy, getting the funding and then working on the skincare line. What I've heard from all my clients over the years is that they feel that, with skincare, they'll buy these expensive products that have like, 10 steps and they'll do it one or two times. And the thing is, for anything in this with your skin, you have to be consistent. So, not using it is not helpful. So I wanted to formulate, a 3-step process that was going to cleanse, hydrate, and protect. Those 3 steps, and that they can, can work on men and women. And I just want it to be super easy and basic. We're doing a reverse cleansing, which is interesting because when I was working with my chemist, he said, so what do you do first thing in the morning? And I said, well, splash my face with water. And he said, wrong. And I said, okay, why? And he goes, do you drink the water out of your faucet? And I'm like, God, no. And he said, then why would you put it on your face? So it was so interesting. I thought, he's right. He goes, do you not notice when you splash water on your face that it feels tight? Which leads to, more wrinkles, and, it's not protecting your skin. So what we've come up with is getting the cleanser and the moisturizer on your face as a barrier, and then adding the water. And then the 3rd step is protection from the sun.
You can probably tell looking at me that this is advice that I could do with. And in terms of your background then, if as you were growing up, the first part of your career around being the makeup artist, then founding this business, and then being very active, in those other interests that you have, just gives a sense of, that journey for you, if you wouldn't mind.
It's so funny. When I was young, I would never have envisioned what this career would be, or all the different people that I would work with. I had no idea. I never even knew what a CEO was, or thought of having a company. So it just kind of evolved around my curiosity of wanting to do something interesting, but yet being able to be a mom and work from home. So I work out of my office, and the photo shoots are great because I can control whether I can help my kids in their classroom or drive on a field trip. So it kind of started like that. And then little by little, it just kept growing and expanding. I didn't expect to be on TV as a beauty expert on NBC. Like, that was a pretty big thing. That happened. It's like I'm in my 3rd year with them now. So that's pretty exciting. So I don't know. I feel like I'm open to things. I have a client and a really good friend, Tyler Florence. He's a celebrity chef here in the States. And he's really inspired me because I'm with him a lot, because he's my oldest client for, 16 years now, I think. And he has so many different opportunities. And I just noticed he's open to things. He doesn't say no. And so I've kind of taken that on as well. When my agents call, sometimes these jobs aren't well paid, but it's interesting. Like, I'll get to go do, like, typically if you're in a magazine, like I did People magazine with Rita Moreno, or a Wired with Lars Ulrich from Metallica, you don't get paid a lot, but I don't care, because it's a, such an honor and a thrill to be able to work with, these incredible celebrities. So I say yes to a lot of things that may not be lucrative at the time, but they always lead to something else. Or, the magazines are always, great for your portfolio, right? Yeah. So I just think it's, being open to things. And, I get hired back because after having had 5 children, I can deal with stress and situations and people that are, having a hard day or whatever. So I get hired back because I'm on time, I do my job, and I'm not difficult. And so, and I'm also willing to, when you're on a photo shoot, you need to be a team player. You need to do whatever, the lighting guy needs something. And then with my makeup company, I have people that do sales, I have people that do marketing and social media. And I think it's really important to hire people that clearly are better at doing these things than I am, but letting them be free to do what they know how to do. Because I think the big thing with a CEO is just letting go and not feeling like you need to control everything and micromanaging. I want people to be able to, come into my office and talk to me about an idea they have. And, I let them do what they need to do. And I think it's a nicer way to work, because people want to be able to have freedom. And I don't tell people no. I just like, oh, bring me a solution, or tell me what you want to do. So that's how I run my business.
Yeah. I remember talking to a leader at Microsoft who was describing when they were a young starter in that business, and one of the senior leaders said, well, you're in marketing, so go away and come up with a marketing plan, and the individual had sweated over this very detailed marketing plan, went in to meet with his manager, who said, I could pretend I've read that, but all I need you to be is brilliant. So tell me what it is you're going to do, and here's how much money you've got.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I absolutely get that.
And since moving into the corporate world, albeit your own corporate world, what have been some of the challenges you faced? I mean, makeup is a notoriously demanding space. There are plenty of brands out there. You said you've done this with your own money. These are supported with large amounts of money and funding to be able to market their products. So how have you overcome those things?
Well, you just have to be constantly going with the flow, and there's going to be constant change, and you just have to go with it. It's very hard to compete at a high level without funding, and that's kind of been the challenge for me. I didn't have a business plan. I just kind of went along, and because I was starting, I didn't know what any of these things were. And so you evolve, and then you hire people that are, it's a waste of my time to be putting together a business plan that is not going to be well executed. It's better that I bring someone in that knows what they're doing to make this shine. And I think, like with the makeup company, there are, as you said, there are so many different brands in the world. But what I find, speaking to friends and clients and different people, is that they feel that they go into these department stores and they're sold things that they don't really need, don't know how to use, because they're in style and they're trending, but they're not always appropriate for someone that is a mom that's going into an office, or you have to factor in people's lifestyle and how they do their makeup. And so I feel like, how are you going to get brand loyalty from your customers if you're constantly selling them things that they're just sitting in a drawer? So I just want this line, which will be different, is just I want the clients to get the customers to get what they need: something for their brows, concealer, good skincare, and eyeshadows, liner, mascara, blush, and lip. And that's it. I just want it to be condensed and very straightforward. And I want to have brand loyalty, because that's the only way you can survive.
It's interesting you say about, products sitting in a drawer. It does remind me of a story. We have English mustard, which is a pretty potent form of mustard, quite
yes.
hot. And the most famous brand over here in the UK is Coleman's. And the original owner of Coleman said, I make my money with the mustard that is left on everybody's plate.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, as they've always put too much on. But it's a bit disingenuous in terms of looking after your customers, which
Well, I'm sure he was saying that with a joke.
Indeed. So you said you set up Pretty Girl Makeup in the 90s, is that correct? 96, did you say?
Yes, 1999.
Oh, 99. Okay. So yes. 25 years now in?
A long time. Yes, that's quite a long time.
Yeah, yes. When I turned 50, I thought, well, I'm 25 years from 25, but also 25 years from 75.
That's true, right?
It's true.
Those are all just numbers. I don't sit and worry about, aging. And I mean, of course, we all are aging, but I think I speak a lot about beauty from the inside out, because I really think it's important, what you eat, what you drink, rest, exercise, laughter, fun, all those factors make you look beautiful from the inside out. I can be the best makeup artist in the world, but if someone is in a, exhausted and angry or in a bad mood, it's going to show on camera. So that's a part of my job as a makeup artist, is to make sure that my clients have some water. I usually use aromatherapy, massage their hand for a moment. I want them to leave my chair feeling like the best version of themselves, besides looking like the best version of themselves. And it's really important, because they're going on camera, and the camera does not lie. Your eyes show all your emotions.
Yeah. Or in my case, there's just too many bags under here. But anyway, that's something I'm dealing with. What have been some of the things that you've put in place that have allowed the business to go from strength to strength?
Well, I think I haven't overextended myself. I really kind of kept with what I could afford. And maybe it wasn't a way for me to expand at a high rate like a lot of companies, but it was under control. I have no debt. I don't, I create products with what I can afford to do. And so, and I work out of my home, and then we have fulfillment centers. So I don't waste money with rents and having a bunch of employees running around that I can't afford. I just keep it with what I can do. And that's just the reality of it. I also, learning in the beauty industry about what's changing, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all these different things that never existed before. Before it was just beauty editors at magazines and celebrities and stylists. So it's changed. So you have to be open to flowing with the waves of this change, because it's, as soon as you figure something out, an algorithm's going to change, or something else is going to change. So you just have to go along with that. And also, I think I'm really blessed to work with all these incredible different industry leaders. And, I work with Fox a lot, and Bloomberg, all these incredible business people that I get to have in my chair and, pick their brain about like how things, like teaching me things. And I also find that people, different CEOs, CFOs, they are more than happy to help. People need to, that would be my advice. Don't be hard on yourself. Dream as big as you can, and ask different people in your industry, what is it that, any questions or like advice that they can give. And I mean, I've had people come to me, that want to start a brand, and, I'm more than happy to give whatever advice I can give about it. And so I think that's, it's really important to ask other people for help. Don't be too proud. And also don't be afraid of failing. Failing to me, there's no such thing as failure. The only failure there is just not executing a dream or a goal. But if sometimes it means you need to turn left instead of right, or it was a lesson. There's no failure in the path you're going to take. It's just, know it's a path, and it's going to take some time. And loving what you do, that is so important. It's important that you love what you do so much, because it is going to cost much more money, take more time. It's going to be more everything than you can even imagine. And most of the things you don't even know. They don't hand you a handbook when you're like, oh, I think I'm going to start a company. I mean, there's no CEO handbook. It's just, there's always something new coming at you, and you have to figure it out. So if you love what you're doing so much, you won't resent, 7 days a week, all the time and effort that you have to put into a business. So I think if you don't love it, you will fail, because you're going into it for the wrong reasons. Money will follow. If you love what you're doing and you keep going, it will follow. But if you're just going, oh, I just want to make $1 billion, I don't see that, being successful.
Yeah, look, some great advice there. And it's you've sort of prompted my next question. But before I ask you that, sometimes I'm doing career development coaching with people, and what you said just resonated with me, this idea of you've got to love what you're doing. And I asked them to think about 3 circles. The first circle being, could you love that thing? Are you passionate about it? The second one being, are you any good at it?
That's true.
You've got to be good. And the third one is, does it drive the money for you? The kind of money that you want to drive. And there are plenty of people who are passionate, and they're good at it. But if it doesn't generate the money, then it's a hobby. Right?
True. That's true.
There are people who are good at something, it generates money, but they have no passion, then it's a job.
Yes, that is very, very true.
And there are people who are passionate and it could generate the money, but they're no good at it, so they don't get to do it for very long.
Oh my gosh, all those are so true. And if it was easy to be exceptional, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
And it is hard, and there are sacrifices, but it's worth it, because the opportunities that you get, and meeting the different people, and it's a passion, it's love, it's you have a passion and love for what you're doing, and it's exciting. And when you get these I also think it's important when you get these little wins, enjoy them for a second. Don't just go, oh, whatever, on to the next thing. Sit with it a second and go, wow, I was in my product was in this magazine, or this client was using it. And, I think it's important to just enjoy the process, but enjoy, there's going to be so many downs, enjoy the ups.
Yeah, I think that's great advice as well. I work with many companies, and they quite often come to a point where they feel that eternal pressure of growth, the pressure of getting the next deal. And sometimes they lose that ability to celebrate. It's like, okay, done, next,
Right.
I do think that's really important, that you take some time to enjoy the successes that you have en route.
Oh, I agree. Because, it helps it's like a little bit of water. It keeps you going. You need a little bit of more gas. It's like, oh, okay, I can keep going. I've had a little bit of a win. So, I think they're all important things.
So you mentioned right at the start, some of the other things that you've branched out into, some of the things that you're continuing to do. But what's next for you and your businesses in the coming years?
Well, I'm starting to host a new show called I'm Too Busy, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm excited about that. I want to interview a lot of my clients, and different people in different industries that are so busy, and how do they keep balance? How have they been successful? What sacrifices did they make? Do they have balance in their life? Do they still love what they do? Are they creating more? It's just interesting to pick people's brains. So I'm looking forward to that. Getting funded, and creating the skincare line and the makeup line. What else am I doing? Just continue doing different photo shoots, working with people, enjoying my life, enjoying my kids and traveling more, keeping some balance in life, as well as, working hard.
Very good. And is there anyone that stands out as a kind of model or a mentor or a coach that you really benefited from having a relationship with?
I think, again, Tyler, I admire his career so much. He's done so many things. I mean, he started these restaurants. He's a chef. He's on TV with TV shows. He does cookbooks. He, creates new things all the time. And so he inspires me. His enthusiasm, his joy, his love of his work, and all the different things. So he is definitely a role model for me.
And forgive me, because in the UK, I'm certainly not as aware of Tyler as maybe I could be. So what's Tyler's full name, and does he have a restaurant?
Yes, Tyler Florence. He's a celebrity chef on the Food Network.
Yeah.
Here in the States. He has restaurants in California and Hawaii. He has a new #1 cookbook out. So he's got that. He has a new TV show coming out as well. So he's got a lot of different projects. He's done wines and olive oils and all these amazing things. So baby food. So I admire all the different components of his career that he's created.
And how does he compare to Gordon Ramsay, who of course we do know?
Yes. Well, they're very different, but
Yeah.
But they're both amazing. So yeah, they all have their different fan bases, and so it's fun to work with different people. I really enjoy that part.
Yeah, definitely. So where can people learn a bit more about Pretty Girl Makeup, the work that you're doing with NBC, and more about you, Christina?
Well, you can go to prettygirlmakeup.com and christinaflach.com. You can scroll down and see different segments from NBC. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and check us all out on all our different platforms.
Brilliant. That's very good. Christina, thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you
that
so much. Such a pleasure. Thank you.
And I've learned so much on this podcast as well.
Oh, thank you. It was such a pleasure speaking with you.
Hi. If today's conversation has resonated with you in any way and provoked some thoughts that you would like to add, then please do comment. We'd also like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get updates on our new content, podcasts, and the other insights that we offer on a regular basis. If you'd like to contact me directly, please email me steve@deltalearning.co.uk. I look forward to hearing from you.